On Lakeside Road. All right, so just heads up regarding that incident in Laurel. Good and drive through Secret up to Bridgeville. 113 Route 1, we're good. 404 Cross County, okay. And then Wycomico County, 50 from Willards to Pittsville to Parsonsburg to Walston Switch Road, Hobbs Road, moving through to the bypass. Bypass around town, good at 50, good to the Bay Bridge. That's your traffic for the Voice Radio Network.
Chris Whipple.
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
It's Bill and Jessica, Power 1017. How are you?
Good morning.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, very good. Chris Whipple, author, political analyst, Emmy Award-winning documentary filmmaker. You've been on MSNBC. I recognize you from CNN, NPR, and many others. Man, you got a lot going on there, sir.
It's been busy.
Yes, absolutely. And by the way, thank you for sending us your book. We do have a copy of your book here, The Fight of His Life, Inside Joe Biden's White House. Congratulations on all the success. Where can we pick the book up at, first off?
You can get it just about anywhere books are sold. Certainly Amazon or your favorite bookseller.
Very good. Now, I know you're a big time author, and you've written about a lot of famous people, politicians, getting into politics. How did you get into politics? First off, how did that start? And leading up to writing about Joe Biden, our president.
It's always been. I've always been fascinated by politics, and particularly by presidents and the White House. And so I was a television producer at 60 Minutes and at ABC for a long time, and left to produce documentary films. And so the very first film I did was about White House chiefs of staff. And it was so, when I finished the film, I just thought to myself, this is just, this doesn't do justice to it. I've got to write a book.
Yeah.
The stories were just so unbelievable.
Well, I'm kind of the same way. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with politics, man. Always been fascinated with the presidents and just like the craziness that goes on in Washington.
Yeah. No, it's, this book for me is, my previous books covered something like 100 years of history combined, the two previous books. This one covers 2 years, but in a way, it was the toughest to do, but also the most rewarding because it's a political thriller in 3 acts, really. The first act is that incredibly fraught transition, with January 6th and everything else.
Yeah.
The second act is the first year of Joe Biden's presidency, which was dominated really by the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan and the decline in his approval ratings and so forth. And the third act really began February 24, 2022, when Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden rose to the occasion, rallied NATO and the West to face him down. That was followed by a string of legislative successes and then defying the odds in midterm elections. So he goes into the third year with the wind at his back. But it's a political thriller with no ending yet.
Right. Oh, I know. Is it just us, or it's kind of turned into? And I know that the previous administration made it like that, But is it kind of turned into almost seems like a reality show? It's gotten so bizarre. Some of the things that happen, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? And it's like, you don't. It's not boring anymore. It's just so it's so extreme now. Is it turned into that for you? Do you think so?
Well, the last presidency was a reality show. No doubt about it. This one is much more scripted.
Yeah.
But if it's scripted, it's a great dramatic series, in my view, because this White House might look pretty smooth from the outside and reasonably well run. I was able to speak to almost every one of Joe Biden's inner circle, from Ron Klain to Mark Milley to Tony Blinken to CIA Director Bill Burns and a lot of others. And I can tell you that behind closed doors, there's a lot more drama than people might expect.
Right.
And we can talk about that.
Well, we're in Delaware, So, we're kind of close to, the Joe Biden, and we've been following him over the years. And,
Sure.
so, I mean, we've seen, Joe Biden's history. And I think it's just very, very cool that,
We
Delaware.
call him Uncle Joe.
We call him Uncle Joe, Delaware's own. I know he's from Pennsylvania, but Delaware's own, Uncle Joe Biden, smoking Joe Biden,
Yep.
So pretty cool. Has things being so close to the political regime as you are, does it seem like things, I know you said it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't see, but is it kind of like back in 2021, things got back to normal? Would that be fair to say? Like, wow, like, whoo, finally we're like back on track. Is that fair to say? Do you feel that?
I mean, in the sense that you've got somebody in the White House who doesn't try to overthrow the government. Yeah,
right.
Just for openers, but in many other ways as well. This is a return to some kind of normalcy.
Right.
Obviously, when Joe Biden came into office in 2021, he faced the most daunting set of challenges, I think, since FDR. I mean, you had a once-in-a-century pandemic, crippled economy, global warming, racial unrest, the aftermath of a bloody insurrection.
Yes.
And all of that before a tyrant invaded a democracy in the heart of Europe. That was the turning point, I think, of this presidency when Joe Biden rallied NATO to face down Putin. He was uniquely prepared for that moment. Not only was he a creature of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and knew this stuff cold, but he instinctively knew just who Putin was in a way that his predecessors, just didn't understand. He didn't look into Putin's eyes and see anybody's soul. He didn't underestimate the guy.
Yeah.
And so I think that, well, as horrific as that invasion was and continues to be, it was a real turning point for this presidency because thereafter, he had this great string of legislative success and culminating in the Inflation Reduction Act. It's a legislative record that rivals LBJ's.
I know we're kind of strapped. I know we're kind of strapped on time, but I do have to ask you real quick before we wrap up. And again, pick up your book. Of course, Chris Whipple, The Fight of His Life Inside Joe Biden's White House. 4 more years. How do you feel about that, Joe Biden, 2024?
Well, he's running. Get ready because he's running unless his most important advisor, Dr. Jill Biden, talks him out of it.
Right. Yeah. We know.
He's going there. So.
All right. Very good. Well, look, I wish we had more time. I could sit and talk an hour with you. So, look, thank you so much for checking in. Chris Whipple, if people want to follow you, you on social media, you got a website, and, of course, also where we can pick the book up.
Yeah. People can go to chriswhipple.net. That's chriswhipple.net. And you'll find that you can find all kinds of information there, watch my television appearances, read an excerpt from the book, read the reviews. It's all there.
Thank you so much for checking in.
Thank you.
You have a great day.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Power 1017 is honoring great students here.